Tonight, there's nothing you need to remember. Nothing you need to understand. Just gentle facts about the mind, told slowly, quietly, as your thoughts begin to fade. Let yourself settle in. Get comfortable. And just listen. Take a deep breath. And let it go. There's no rush. No hurry. Just this moment. Just this quiet space. Just you and these gentle thoughts. Nothing more. Nothing less. Just being here. Just breathing. Just listening. As the world grows quieter. As your body grows heavier. As your mind begins to soften. And slow. And settle. Your mind never fully turns off, even in deep sleep. It continues, always working, always present. Even when you're not aware of it, your brain keeps going, keeps processing, keeps organizing quietly in the background like a river flowing. Always moving, always there. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to control it. It just continues on its own through the night, through your dreams. Always working, always there. Protecting you, caring for you, even in the deepest sleep, your mind remains. Softly, gently present, watching over you, tending to you, never fully turning off, just shifting, changing, moving from one state to another, from waking consciousness to sleeping awareness, from active thinking to passive processing, always there, always present, always working in ways you don't see, in ways you don't notice. Quietly, gently, through the entire night, your mind continues. And you can trust that, you can rest in that, knowing your brain knows what to do, knows how to care for you. Even while you sleep, especially while you sleep. The brain uses nearly the same energy asleep as it does awake. It's always working, always humming, always present, quietly tending to you, repairing, restoring, organizing memories, processing emotions, all through the night while you rest. While you dream, your brain continues its work, using energy, using power, keeping you alive, keeping you safe, even when you're completely unaware. Even when you're deep in sleep, the brain never stops, never shuts down completely, it just shifts, changes. Moves from one kind of work to another, from conscious thinking to unconscious processing, from active problem solving to gentle reorganizing, always active, always present, always caring for you quietly, gently through every moment of sleep, using nearly the same amount of energy, doing nearly the same amount of work, just different work, quieter work, deeper work, restorative work, healing work, all night long while you rest, while you float, while you dream, your brain keeps working, keeps tending, keeps caring for you. And you don't have to do anything. You don't have to help. You can just let go, let your brain do what it knows how to do, what it's been doing your entire life, what it will continue to do tonight and every night, caring for you, tending to you, using its energy wisely, using its power gently, keeping you safe, keeping you alive, keeping you well all through the night. Thoughts slow down naturally as your breathing slows. They follow the rhythm of your body, syncing with your breath, with your heartbeat, with the gentle rise and fall of your chest. As you breathe in, thoughts might arise. As you breathe out, they might fade in and out, rising and falling like waves on a shore, coming and going, appearing and disappearing. And as your breathing slows, as each breath becomes deeper, longer, more relaxed, your thoughts slow too. They stretch out. They spread apart, more space between them, more silence. More emptiness, more peace. Thoughts no longer rushing, no longer crowding, just drifting, just floating, one, then another, then space, then quiet. Then another thought, soft, gentle, slow, following the rhythm of your breath, in and out, slow and slower. Each thought taking its time, no rush, no hurry, just the natural slowing, the natural quieting, as your body relaxes, as your breathing deepens, as everything settles, thoughts slowing, breath slowing, everything slowing together, naturally, easily. Without any effort from you, just allowing, just receiving, just being as thoughts slow and slow and slow. The mind often wanders more at night than during the day. It's allowed to drift, to explore, without purpose, without direction. During the day, your mind has tasks, has goals, has things to focus on, things to accomplish. But at night, in the darkness, in the quiet, your mind is free. Free to wander, free to drift, free to explore wherever it wants, without judgment, without control, without any need for direction. It can float from thought to thought, from image to image, from memory to feeling, without any path. Without any plan, just wandering, just drifting. And this is natural. This is normal. This is how the mind works at night, letting go of structure, letting go of purpose, just allowing itself to wander through memories, through dreams, through quiet spaces, exploring, discovering, without any goal, without any destination. Just the wandering itself. Just the drifting, just the gentle movement from here to there, to somewhere else and back again or nowhere at all. Just floating, just being. Just wandering, freely, safely, in the quiet of the night. Your mind is allowed to roam, allowed to drift, and you don't have to guide it. You don't have to control it. You can just let it wander, wherever it wants to go, trusting it, trusting the process, trusting this natural nighttime wandering of the mind. Daydreaming and dreaming, they use similar brain networks, the same gentle pathways, the same soft currents flowing, the same parts of your brain that activate when you daydream during the day, those same parts light up when you dream at night. It's the same system, the same neural pathways, the same creative networks, connecting thoughts, creating images, weaving stories. Whether you're awake, just drifting in thought, or asleep, lost in dreams, your brain uses the same tools, the same mechanisms. The same beautiful networks that allow you to imagine, to create, to explore internal worlds, private landscapes. Made of thought, made of memory, made of possibility. When you daydream, you're practicing, preparing, strengthening these networks, making them ready for the dreams that will come. And when you dream, you're using those same pathways, those same connections that served you during the day. It's all connected, all part of the same system, the same beautiful mechanism that lets you explore, lets you create. Lets you imagine worlds that exist only in your mind, whether awake or asleep, day or night. These networks are there, ready, waiting, gently flowing, carrying thoughts, carrying images, carrying you into imagination, into dreams, into the beautiful inner spaces of your mind. Your mind fills silence with gentle internal imagery, soft pictures, quiet moments. Nothing you have to hold on to when there's silence, when there's space. When there's emptiness, your mind naturally fills it, not with noise, not with chaos, but with soft images, gentle pictures, quiet scenes, things that arise on their own. You don't create them consciously. They just appear soft, hazy, like memories, like dreams, like imagination, little pictures, little moments, filling the silence, filling the space. Giving your mind something to rest on, something to observe, without effort, without intention. Just allowing these images to arise, to float, to fade, one after another, or all at once. Layers of imagery, soft, gentle, like looking through frosted glass, unclear, undefined, just impressions, just suggestions of color, of shape, of movement, your mind creating. Constantly creating these soft internal pictures, to fill the silence, to occupy the space, to give you something gentle, something peaceful. Something soft to rest your attention on as you drift, as you float, as you fade into sleep, these gentle images. Continue, painting the darkness softly, quietly, with pictures only you can see. The brain prefers familiar thoughts when you're tired, old memories, safe ideas, comfortable patterns, known paths when you're exhausted. When you're ready for sleep, your brain doesn't want novelty, doesn't want excitement, doesn't want new challenges, it wants comfort, it wants familiarity, it wants the well-worn paths. The thoughts it knows, the memories it's visited before, the ideas that feel safe, that feel comfortable, like an old friend, like a favorite blanket, like coming home. Your brain seeks these familiar thoughts, these comfortable patterns, because they require less energy, less effort, less work. They're easy, they're smooth, they're safe. And when you're tired, that's what your brain wants, what it needs, what it gravitates toward: old memories, playing softly, familiar ideas, drifting through comfortable patterns, repeating gently, over and over, the same soft thoughts, the same gentle memories, the same peaceful feelings, familiar, safe, comforting, requiring nothing from you. Just being there, just being present, just being familiar as your brain settles, as your mind quiets, seeking comfort, seeking ease. See. King the familiar, paths of thought that lead gently towards sleep. Memories replay softly. As you fall asleep, fragments of the day, small moments, gentle echoes fading slowly. Not the big events, not the dramatic moments, but the small things, the quiet things, the gentle fragments, a face you saw, a word someone said, the way light fell across a table, small, insignificant, but somehow still there, replaying softly in your mind as you drift towards sleep. These memories, they're not demanding, not insistent, just there, just present, floating through. One after another, or sometimes, all mixed together, blurred, soft, like watercolors bleeding together. You don't have to pay attention to them, you don't have to hold on to them. They're just passing through, just replaying, just echoing softly, gently, as your mind processes the day, sorts through moments, files away experiences quietly in the background, while you drift, while you float, while you fade. These soft memories, these gentle fragments, just passing through, just being there, just fading slowly. softly into sleep. Your mind organizes emotions during rest, sorting feelings, processing the day quietly, gently, without effort. All the emotions you felt today, joy, frustration, excitement, worry, all of them. They need to be sorted, processed, organized, and your mind does this while you sleep, while you rest. While you let go, it takes each feeling, each emotion, and gently, quietly finds a place for it, sorts it, processes it, makes sense of it, without you having to do anything. Without you even knowing it's happening, your mind works, quietly in the background, organizing, sorting, processing all the feelings of the day. So you wake up a little lighter, a little clearer, a little more at peace. This is the work your mind does during rest, during sleep, organizing emotions, sorting feelings, processing everything gently, quietly. While you drift, while you dream, while you let go, trusting your mind to do this work, to organize, to sort, to care for you emotionally, mentally. Quietly, through the night. Brain creates stories. Even without effort, it's always weaving, always connecting, finding meaning in darkness. Taking random thoughts, scattered images, disconnected feelings, and weaving them together into stories, into narratives, into meaning. Even when you're not trying, even when you're drifting, even when you're almost asleep, your brain creates, constructs, connects, finding patterns, finding relationships, finding stories in everything. This is what brains do, what they're built for: creating meaning. Creating narrative, creating connection, out of chaos, out of randomness, out of scattered fragments, weaving them together into something, into story, into sense. And you don't have to help, you don't have to try, your brain does this, automatically, constantly, effortlessly creating stories. Even now, as you listen, as you drift, as you fade, your brain is weaving, connecting, creating stories out of these words, out of your thoughts, out of the darkness, always creating, always weaving. Always finding meaning, naturally, beautifully, effortlessly. Calm thoughts, they reduce activity in the alert centers of the brain, everything slowing, softening, settling down. When your thoughts are calm, when they're peaceful, when they're gentle, the parts of your brain that keep you alert, that keep you vigilant, that keep you watchful, they quiet down, they slow, they rest. Because there's no danger, no threat, no need to be alert. Calm thoughts, they tell your brain everything is okay. Everything is safe, you can rest, you can relax, you can let go. And the alert centers, they listen. They respond, they slow down, reducing their activity, quieting their signals, letting you drift, letting you relax, letting you fade into sleep, into rest, into peace. Calm thoughts, they're like a lullaby to your brain, telling it, SHHH, it's okay, you can rest now, you can sleep, everything is safe. And your brain listens, responds, slows, softens, settles as calm thoughts, gentle thoughts, peaceful thoughts wash through your mind, reducing alert, reducing vigilance, reducing everything except peace. Except calm, except rest. Your mind reacts more to tone than words when sleepy. The sound matters more, the rhythm, the gentleness of voice. When you're tired, when you're drowsy, when you're drifting towards sleep, the meaning of words becomes less important, the tone. The sound, the rhythm, that's what matters, that's what your mind responds to: a gentle voice. A soft rhythm, a peaceful tone. These things, they soothe you, they calm you, they help you drift, more than the words themselves, more than the meaning, more than the content. It's the how, not the what. The way things are said. Not what is said, the soft tones, the gentle rhythms, the peaceful sounds, your sleepy mind. It responds to these, it relaxes with these, it drifts with these, like a baby soothed by a lullaby, not understanding the words, but feeling the tone, feeling the rhythm, feeling the gentleness, and being calmed, being soothed, being carried towards sleep, by sound, by tone, by rhythm, more than words, more than meaning, just sound, just voice, just gentle, peaceful, soothing tones. Slow speech. It naturally relaxes the nervous system. Each word given space, time to land, time to dissolve into quiet. When words come slowly, when there's space between them. When there's no rush, no hurry, your nervous system responds, it slows down, it matches the pace, it relaxes. Because slow means safe, slow means peaceful, slow means no danger. No threat, no need to hurry, no need to run, no need to fight, just slow, just peaceful, just safe. And your nervous system, it knows this. It understands at a deep level that slow means you can relax, you can let go, you can rest. And so when speech is slow, when words take their time, when there's space and quiet between each phrase, your nervous system responds, it slows, it softens, it settles, matching the pace, following the rhythm, relaxing deeper and deeper with each slow, gentle word. The mind drifts between focus and fantasy at night, back and forth like breathing, like waves, gentle transitions. Sometimes, you're here listening, aware, focused, present. And then, without even noticing, you're somewhere else, lost in thought, drifting in fantasy, imagining, remembering, dreaming while awake, and then back to here, to now, to this moment. And then away again, drifting, floating between focus and fantasy, reality and imagination, here and elsewhere, back and forth. Like a pendulum, swinging gently between presence and drift, awareness and dream, focus and fantasy. And this is normal. This is natural. This is how the mind works at night, in the darkness, in the quiet drifting between states, between worlds, between here and there. Gently, easily, naturally, back and forth, focus and fantasy, presence and drift, here and gone and back again. Gentle curiosity. It keeps the brain calm, wondering without needing answers, noticing without effort, just observing. When you're gently curious, when you wonder softly, when you notice without grasping, your brain stays calm, stays peaceful, stays relaxed. Because there's no pressure, no urgency, no need to know, just gentle wondering, just soft curiosity, just quiet observation. And this is calming. This is soothing. This is peaceful for your brain, gentle curiosity about these words. About your thoughts, about the darkness, about the quiet wondering, without pushing, observing, without grasping, noticing, without needing, just being gently, curiously, peacefully, aware of this moment, of these thoughts, of this gentle drifting, into sleep, gentle curiosity, keeping you calm, keeping you peaceful, keeping you softly drifting toward rest. Your mind likes predictable rhythms, steady patterns, things it can follow without thinking, without trying. When there's a rhythm, a pattern, a predictable flow, your mind can relax, can let go, can trust, because it knows what's coming, it knows what to expect. There's no surprise, no shock, no sudden change, just rhythm, just pattern, just predictable, gentle flow. And this, your mind loves this, craves this, especially when tired, especially when ready for sleep. It wants rhythm, it wants pattern. It wants to know that everything will continue steadily, predictably, safely, like a heartbeat, like breathing, like waves, rhythm, pattern, predictability. These things, they signal to your mind. Everything is okay, you can rest, you can let go, because the rhythm will continue, the pattern will hold, predictably, steadily, safely, carrying you gently into sleep. Repetition signals safety to the brain, familiar sounds, familiar pace, telling your mind everything is okay. You can let go when thin. GS repeat. When you hear the same tones, the same rhythms, the same gentle patterns over and over, your brain understands at a deep level. This means safe. This means peaceful. This means you can relax, because in nature, in the wild, repetition, consistency, these signal no danger, no predator, no threat. Just the same safe, peaceful sounds over and over, like crickets, like rain, like waves, repeating. And your brain, it knows this, it responds to this, it relaxes with this. Repetition, consistency, the same gentle rhythms, the same soft tones, the same peaceful patterns over and over, telling your brain, SHHH, it's safe, you can rest, everything is okay, the same, safe, peaceful, calm repetition, signaling deeply to your brain safety, peace, rest. Soft information, it lowers mental resistance. The brain doesn't have to work, doesn't have to analyze, just receives. When information is soft, when it's gentle, when it's non-demanding, your brain doesn't resist, doesn't push back, doesn't analyze, doesn't judge. It just receives, just accepts, just allows, because there's nothing to fight, nothing to resist, nothing demanding, just soft, gentle, easy information floating in, washing over, passing through, requiring nothing, demanding nothing. Just being, just present, just soft, and your brain, it loves this. It relaxes with this. It opens to this, soft information, gentle thoughts, easy ideas, lowering resistance, lowering defenses, lowering walls, letting everything just flow, just be, just pass through, softly, gently, easily, without resistance, without effort, without work. The mind lets go of logic before sleep, stops trying to make sense, stops organizing, just accepts what is logic, reason, analysis. These are daytime activities, waking activities. They require effort, require energy, require alertness. But at night, as you drift toward sleep, logic fades, reason quiets, analysis stops. And your mind, it just accepts whatever arises without judging, without questioning, without trying to make sense. A thought appears, and you accept it, an image arises. And you receive it, a feeling emerges. And you allow it, no logic, no reason, no analysis, just acceptance. Just allowing, just being with whatever comes, whatever appears, whatever arises in your drifting mind. No need to make sense, no need to organize, no need to understand. Just letting go of logic, of reason, of the need to know. just accepting, just allowing, just drifting into the illogical, the unreasonable, the dreamlike space before sleep. Imagination becomes more fluid at night, thoughts blend, boundaries dissolve. Everything flows together. Like water, during the day, imagination has boundaries, has limits, has structure. But at night, in the darkness, in the quiet, those boundaries, they dissolve, they fade, they disappear, and imagination becomes fluid, becomes flowing, becomes liquid. Thoughts blending together, images merging, feelings mixing, everything flowing into everything else. No clear lines, no sharp edges, no definite boundaries. Just fluid, just flowing, just blending. One thought into another, one image into the next, one feeling into many, all flowing together, like watercolors bleeding, blending. Creating new colors, new shapes, new possibilities, fluid, flowing, free. Your imagination at night becomes water, becomes liquid, becomes flowing, blending everything together, beautifully, naturally, effortlessly. Your brain releases more melatonin in darkness, chemical messages, signals that say time to rest, time to sleep. When it's dark, when there's no light, your brain responds by releasing melatonin, a gentle chemical, a sleep hormone that flows through your body, through your blood, through your brain, telling every cell, every system, every part of you it's time to rest, time to sleep, time to let go, and your body listens, your mind responds, everything slowing, softening, preparing for sleep. As melatonin, gentle, natural, flows through you like a river, like a current, carrying you toward rest, toward sleep, toward peace, your brain wise, knowing, releasing exactly what you need exactly when you need it, in darkness, in quiet, in night, releasing melatonin, releasing sleep, releasing rest, naturally, perfectly, beautifully. Mind processes feelings without words while resting, emotions moving through you, quietly, wordlessly. Just being, you don't need language, don't need words. Don't need names to feel, to process, to move through emotions. Your mind does this while you rest. While you drift, while you sleep, feelings arise, feelings move. Feelings shift without words, without language, without labels, just pure feeling, pure emotion, pure experience, flowing through, being processed, being felt, being released, all without words. All without numbing, all without explaining, just feeling, just being, just moving through your mind, your body, processing emotions, without language, without words. Just pure, silent, wordless, feeling flowing through you as you rest, as you drift, as you let go. Thoughts become less linear when you're relaxed, no straight lines. They curve, spiral, float freely. During the day, when you're awake, alert, thoughts follow lines, follow logic, follow sequence. A leads to be leads to see, straight, linear, organized. But when you're relaxed, when you're drifting, when you're almost asleep, thoughts, they don't follow lines anymore, they curve. They spiral, they float randomly, freely, beautifully. One thought leads, somewhere unexpected, or nowhere at all, images appear without connection. Feelings emerge, without cause, everything nonlinear, circular, spiral, free, floating like leaves falling, spinning, drifting on the wind, thoughts. Curving, spiraling, floating through your mind, no straight lines, no logic, no sequence, just beautiful, curved, spiral, free, floating, thoughts. The brain enjoys slow surprises, gentle new information, nothing jarring, nothing sharp, soft discoveries. Your brain, even while resting, even while drifting, it still enjoys gentle novelty, soft surprises, slow discoveries, not shocking, not sudden, not jarring, but gentle, slow, soft, new information trickling in slowly like honey, like molasses, spreading slowly, sweetly across your awareness, new, but gentle, surprising, but soft, novel, but calm. Your brain, it enjoys this. It appreciates this. It relaxes with this, slow surprises, gentle discoveries, soft novelties. Nothing demanding, nothing shocking, just gently, slowly, softly, new and interesting and calming all at once. Mental imagery becomes more vivid in low light, colors softening, shapes emerging, your inner vision opening wide when the external world grows dark, when outside light fades away, your internal light, your inner vision. It brightens, it opens, it becomes more vivid, more clear, more present in the darkness. With eyes closed, you can see so much more inner images, mental pictures, imagination, all becoming more vivid, more colorful, more alive. As outside grows dark, inside grows bright. Your mind creating pictures, painting images, showing you inner worlds, inner landscapes, inner beauty, vivid, clear, present, in the darkness, in the quiet, in the low light, your inner vision opening, brightening, showing you beautiful, vivid, mental imagery. The mind doesn't need conclusions to relax, stories without endings. thoughts without resolution, just drifting away. You don't need to finish, to complete, to conclude, to relax, to rest, to sleep. Thoughts can remain unfinished, stories can stay incomplete, questions can go unanswered. And that's okay, that's fine, that's perfect. Because your mind doesn't need conclusions, doesn't need endings, doesn't need resolution to relax, to rest, to let go. It can drift from incomplete thought to unfinished story, to unanswered question, and be peaceful, be calm, be restful with all of it. Incomplete, unfinished, unresolved, and perfectly, perfectly okay. Silence gives the brain space to wander. Empty moments, room to breathe, room to float. Endless space, in silence, in quiet, in emptiness. Your brain finds space, finds room, finds freedom to wander, to drift, to explore without constraint, without direction, without limitation, just space, just room, just emptiness, allowing your mind to go wherever it wants to be, whatever it needs to drift, however it pleases. Silence creates space. And in that space, your brain can wander, can breathe, can float freely, safely, peacefully, in the vast, empty, beautiful silence. Your mind naturally seeks patterns, even now, while resting, finding rhythm, finding flow, finding peace. It's what brains do, what they're built for, finding patterns in chaos, in randomness, in noise, seeking order, seeking rhythm, seeking flow, even now as you drift, as you rest, as you fade, your mind seeking patterns in these words, in your thoughts, in your breathing, finding rhythm, finding flow, finding peace in patterns naturally, automatically, effortlessly. Your mind always seeking, always finding, always resting in patterns, in rhythm, in flow. Repetitive sounds soothe the brain, the same tones, over and over like waves, like heartbeats, reliable, constant. When sounds repeat, when tones cycle, when rhythms continue, over and over, the same, the same, the same, your brain, it soothes, it calms, it rests. Because repetition, it's trustworthy, it's reliable, it's safe, like waves crashing again and again, like heartbeat beating over and over, like rain falling continuously, repetitively. The same sounds, the same tones, the same rhythms. Over and over, soothing, calming, resting your brain with repetition, with consistency, with the same gentle, reliable, constant, soothing sounds. The mind prefers simple ideas before sleep. Nothing complicated. Nothing difficult, just gentle thoughts, easy thoughts. When you're tired, when you're ready for sleep, your mind doesn't want complexity, doesn't want difficulty, doesn't want challenge. It wants simple. It wants easy, it wants gentle, simple ideas, simple thoughts, simple words that require no effort, no strain, no work. Just receiving, just allowing, just being with simple, easy, gentle ideas, flowing softly through your mind, requiring nothing, demanding nothing. Just being simple, easy, gentle as you drift, as you fade towards sleep. You can think without effort when relaxed, thoughts arising on their own, floating through, disappearing. No need to hold them when you're relaxed. When you're at ease, when you're drifting, thinking, it becomes effortless, automatic, natural. Thoughts just arise on their own. You don't create them, you don't push them, you don't force them, they just appear, float through and disappear like clouds passing through a sky. You don't hold them, you don't grasp them. You don't keep them, they just pass through naturally. Effortlessly, automatically, thinking, without effort, without trying, without work. Just allowing, just receiving, just being as thoughts arise and fade on their own. Brain gently disconnects from the outside world, sounds becoming distant. Sensations fading, everything external softening. As you drift towards sleep, your brain, it disconnects gently, slowly, gradually from the outside world sounds. They become distant, farther away, quieter, like you're underwater or behind glass. Sensations. They fade, become less sharp, less present, less important. Everything external, the world, the room, the sounds, the feelings, all softening, all fading, all becoming distant as your brain turns inward, disconnects outward gently, gradually, preparing you for the inner world of dreams, of sleep, of rest. Disconnecting from outside, connecting to inside gently, naturally, beautifully. Nighttime thoughts are often more symbolic, less literal, more dreamlike, abstract, flowing, shifting in the night, in the darkness, in the quiet. Your thoughts, they chain, they shift, they become more symbolic, more abstract, more dreamlike, less about facts, less about reality, less about the literal, more about feelings, more about images, more about symbols, thoughts that don't quite make sense, but feel right, feel meaningful, feel important, in ways you can't explain. Symbolic, abstract. Dreamlike thoughts flowing through your night mind, different from day thoughts, stranger, deeper, more mysterious, more beautiful, more dreamlike. The mind replays small moments, not big ones, tiny details, the way light looked, a brief sound, fragments. When your mind replays the day, sorts through memories, processes, experiences, it doesn't choose the big moments, the important events, the dramatic experiences. No, it chooses small things, tiny moments, insignificant details. The way light fell across a table, the brief sound of a door closing, the small feeling of a breeze, fragments. Tiny, small, seemingly meaningless, but somehow worth replaying, worth remembering, worth processing. Your mind, choosing the small, the tiny, the quiet moments to replay, to remember, to drift through as you fall towards sleep. Calm curiosity reduces mental tension, wondering gently, without urgency, without needing to know, just being curious when you're curious, but calm when you wonder. But don't need answers when you're interested, but not urgent. Your mental tension. It reduces, it releases, it fades, because calm curiosity, it's open, it's receptive, it's relaxed, not grasping, not demanding, not needing, just wondering, just noticing, just being gently curious. And this reduces tension, releases stress, allows relaxation, calm curiosity, gentle wondering, soft noticing, all reducing, all releasing, all allowing mental tension to fade, to soften, to dissolve, into calm, into peace, into rest. Brain like slow transitions, gradual changes. Nothing sudden, easing from one state to another smoothly. Your brain, it doesn't like sudden changes, sharp shifts, abrupt transitions. It likes slow, gradual, gentle movement from one state to another, from awake to drowsy, from drowsy to drifting, from drifting to sleeping, slowly, gradually, smoothly, each transition gentle, each change, gradual, each shift, smoother. Your brain appreciating this slowness, this gentleness, this smooth, gradual transition from waking to sleeping, easing gently, softly, slowly into rest. Familiar voices help the mind relax. Sounds it recognizes, tones it trusts, allowing defenses to drop. When you hear a familiar voice, a trusted tone, a recognized sound, your mind, it relaxes, it trusts, it lets go, because familiar means safe, familiar means trusted. Familiar means you can relax, defenses can drop, walls can come down, guards can rest, because this voice, this tone, this sound, it's familiar, it's known, it's trusted. And so your mind can relax, can open, can rest with familiar, trusted, safe voices and sounds. Your thoughts become softer when your body is still. Physical stillness creating mental stillness. Everything slowing together when your body is still. When you're not moving, not fidgeting, not restless, your thoughts, they soften too, they quiet, they slow, because body and mind, they're connected, they affect each other, they move together. When body is still, mind becomes still. When body is quiet, mind becomes quiet. When body is at rest, mind drifts toward rest, physical stillness, creating mental stillness. Everything slowing, softening, quieting together, body and mind, stillness and thought, rest and peace, all together, all connected, all one. The mind drifts in waves, sometimes closer to awareness, sometimes farther away, rising, falling, like breathing. Your awareness, your consciousness, your presence, it doesn't stay constant, doesn't stay steady, it drifts in waves. Sometimes you're more aware, more present, more here, and sometimes you drift away, become distant, fade, and then back, rising into awareness, and then falling away again, drifting like waves, like breathing in and out, here and gone, present and distant, rising and falling. Waves of awareness, waves of consciousness, waves of drifting naturally, beautifully, rhythmically, carrying you gently towards sleep. Attention fades gradually, not suddenly, piece by piece, layer by layer, letting go bit by bit. So gently your attention, it doesn't disappear all at once, doesn't vanish suddenly, it fades gradually, slowly, gently, piece by piece. You let go of sounds, of thoughts, of sensations, one by one, layer by layer, bit by bit, gradually, softly, gently, fatting your attention, moving inward, moving away, moving towards sleep, not suddenly, not all at once, but gradually, gently, softly, piece by piece, layer by layer. Bit by bit, fatting into rest. The brain enjoys neutral information before sleep, facts without emotion, simple truths, nothing to react to, nothing to resist. When information is neutral, when it's factual, when it's emotionless, your brain, it enjoys this, it relaxes with this, it rests in this. Because there's nothing to react to, nothing to resist, nothing to feel strongly about, just neutral, just factual, just simple information washing over, passing through, requiring no response, no reaction, no emotion, just receiving, just allowing just being with neutral, simple, peaceful information that asks nothing of you. Your mind fills gaps with gentle imagination, creating in the spaces soft images, quiet stories. Just for you, when there's a gap, when there's a pause, when there's a space, your mind, it fills it, naturally, automatically, with gentle imagination, with soft images, with quiet stories, creating in the emptiness, filling the silence with gentle, beautiful, imaginative content. Just for you, personally, uniquely, yours, your mind, creating, filling, imagining in the gaps, in the pauses, in the spaces. Between words, between thoughts, between moments, filling gently, softly, beautifully with imagination. Logical thinking quiets before dreaming begins, the rational mind stepping back, the creative mind stepping forward, fluid. As you move toward sleep, toward dreams, logical thinking. It quiets, it steps back, it rests. Because dreams, they're not logical, they're not rational, they're creative, they're fluid, they're beyond logic, and so, before dreams begin, logical thinking must quiet, must fade, must step aside, allowing creative thinking, imaginative thinking, dreaming thinking, to step forward. To take over, to guide you into dreams, where logic doesn't rule, where reason doesn't reign, where only creativity, imagination, fluidity exists. Logical thinking, quieting creative thinking, rising as you drift toward dreams. Brain shifts from problem solving to reflection, from doing to being, from effort to ease naturally on its own. During the day, your brain solves problems, does tasks, makes effort. But at night, as you rest, as you drift, it shifts, naturally, automatically, from problem solving to reflection, from doing to being, from effort to ease, no longer trying, no longer working, no longer solving, just reflecting, just being, just easing into rest, into peace, into non-doing, your brain. Shifting on its own, without your help, from day mode to night mode, from active to restful, from effort to ease, naturally, beautifully, perfectly. Thoughts feel farther apart at night, more space between them. Longer pauses, gentle emptiness, comfortable silence, in the darkness, in the quiet, in the night, thoughts, they spread out, they space apart, they separate, no longer crowded, no longer rushed, no longer constant, just occasional, with space between, with pauses, with emptiness, gentle, comfortable, peaceful. Emptiness, between thoughts, more silence than thought, more space than content, more emptiness than fullness. And this is restful. This is peaceful. This is perfect for sleep. Thoughts farther apart, with space, with silence, with gentle emptiness between. Mind slows time subjectively, minutes stretching, moments expanding. Everything feeling longer, softer, more spacious as you drift, as you rest, as you let go. Time, it changes, it stretches. It expands. Minutes feel like hours, moments feel endless. Everything slowing down, spreading out, becoming more spacious, more vast, more timeless. Your subjective experience of time expanding, stretching, slowing, making this moment feel longer, feel softer, feel infinite. Time slowing in your mind. In your experience, in your drifting toward timeless sleep. Simple facts require little mental effort, your brain receiving them, processing lightly. Without strain, without tension, facts. Simple facts, gentle facts, they require so little effort, so little work, so little strain, your brain just receiving, just processing, just allowing lightly, easily. Effortlessly, no work, no strain, no tension, just simple, gentle, easy facts floating in, being received, being processed, being allowed with no effort, no work, no strain, just ease, just simplicity, just gentle reception of simple, gentle facts. Your brain releases stress during rest, letting go of the day bit by bit. Tension dissolving, worries fading away as you rest, as you drift. As you let go, your brain, it releases. It lets go, it dissolves all the stress, all the tension, all the worry of the day bit by bit, piece by piece. Slowly, gently releasing, dissolving, fading away, your brain doing this work automatically, naturally, as you rest. Caring for you, healing you, releasing all the stress, all the tension, all the worry, letting it go. Letting it dissolve, letting it fade away into rest, into peace, into freedom from stress. The mind becomes more accepting when tired, less critical, less judging, just allowing, just receiving, just being. When you're tired, when you're exhausted, when you're ready for sleep, your mind, it softens, it opens, it becomes more accepting, less critical of yourself, of others, of everything. Less judging, less analyzing, less harsh, just allowing, just accepting, just being with whatever is, with whatever arises, with whatever, just being, accepting, allowing your tired mind. Softer, gentler, kinder, more accepting of everything. Quiet thinking feels lighter than active thinking. Passive awareness, gentle noticing. Nothing forced, nothing pushed. When thinking is quiet, when it's passive, when it's gentle, it feels lighter, easier, softer than active thinking, than forced thinking, than pushed thinking. Quiet thinking, it's like floating, like drifting, like being carried, no force, no push, no effort, just passive, gentle, quiet awareness. Noticing being so much lighter, so much easier, so much softer than active, forced, effortful. Thinking, quiet thinking, passive awareness, gentle noticing, light, easy, soft. Brain naturally synchronizes with calm rhythms, matching patterns, finding harmony, aligning with gentleness, with peace. When there's a calm rhythm, a gentle pattern, a peaceful flow, your brain, it synchronizes, it matches, it aligns naturally, automatically, without trying, finding harmony, finding rhythm, finding synchronization with the calm, with the gentle, with the peaceful patterns around you, within you, carrying you, your brain matching, aligning, synchronizing with calm, with peace, with gentle rhythms. Naturally, beautifully, harmoniously. The mind prefers slow transitions to silence, gradual fading, rather than sudden stops, easing into quiet. Softly, your mind doesn't like sudden silence, abrupt endings, sharp stops. It prefers slow transitions, gradual fading, gentle easing into quiet, into silence, into stillness, slowly, gradually, softly, letting sound fade into quiet, letting words ease into silence, letting everything transition slowly, gently, gradually, into stillness, into quiet, into peaceful. Silence. Gentle narration reduces internal chatter, giving your mind something soft to follow so it doesn't create its own noise. When there's gentle narration, when there's a soft voice, when there's something to follow your internal chatter, your mind's noise, your thoughts, they quiet, they reduce, they fade, because your mind has something to attend to, something gentle, something soft, something external. And so it doesn't need to create internal noise, internal chatter, internal anything. It can just fall, just. Listen, just be, with the gentle, soft, external narration reducing, quieting, fading all internal chatter, noise, thought. Your thoughts soften before sleep arrives, sharp edges blurring, clear lines fading, everything gentler, hazier, dreamlike as sleep approaches, as rest nears, as peace comes closer. Your thoughts, they soften, they blur, they fade, sharp edges becoming round, clear lines becoming hazy, everything becoming gentler, softer, more dreamlike, less defined, less clear, less sharp, thoughts, softening, blurring, fading into the gentle, hazy, dreamlike quality of almost sleep. The brain reduces awareness gradually, dimming like a light, turning down slowly. No rush, just fading into dark. Your awareness, your consciousness, your presence, it doesn't shut off, suddenly, doesn't disappear abruptly. It dims gradually like a light on a dimmer, turning down slowly, gently, gradually, reducing awareness, reducing consciousness, reducing everything slowly, softly, gently dimming into darkness, into rest, into sleepy. No rush, no hurry, just gradual, gentle dimming, fading into dark. The mind wanders freely when there's no goal, no destination, no purpose, just drifting, exploring, floating freely. When there's nothing to accomplish, nothing to achieve, nothing to reach your mind, it wanders, it drifts. It explores freely, without direction, without purpose, without goal, just wandering, just drifting, just floating through thoughts, through images, through feelings, freely, beautifully, aimlessly, purposelessly, perfectly. Your mind wandering, exploring, drifting, with no goal, no destination, no purpose, just freedom to wander. Curiosity without urgency is calming, wondering gently, noticing softly, asking questions you don't need answered. When curiosity is gentle, when wondering is soft, when questions don't need answers, when interest has no urgency, it's calming, it's peaceful, it's restful, curious but calm, wondering, but interested, but not urgent, just soft, gentle, calm curiosity, wondering, noticing, without needing, without urgency, without push, just calm, gentle, peaceful. Curiosity. The brain rests by drifting, not stopping, movement becoming gentler, slower. Like clouds moving across the sky, your brain doesn't rest. By stopping, by shutting down, by becoming still, it rests by drifting, by moving gently, by flowing slowly like clouds across the sky, still moving. But gently, slowly, softly drifting, your brain resting. Not by stopping, but by slowing, by gentling, by drifting, movement continuing. But softer, slower, gentler, resting. Through drift, through gentle movement. Through soft, slow flow. Mental images fade into dreams. What you imagine while awake becomes what you dream, smooth transitions. No boundary, the images in your mind. While awake, while drifting, they fade. They shift, they become dreams, smooth transition. No clear line, no definite boundary, just fatting, shifting, becoming, awake imagination, becoming sleeping dreams, seamlessly, smoothly, beautifully, mental images. Fatting into dreams, no separation, no boundary, just transition, just fatting, just becoming dreams. The mind likes being guided gently, a soft voice, steady rhythm. Something to follow without effort, without trying your mind. It likes being guided, being led, being carried gently by a soft voice, by a steady rhythm, by something to follow without having to try, without having to work, without having to do anything, just following, just being guided, just being carried gently, softly, easily, by voice, by rhythm, by gentle guidance, into rest, into peace, into sleep. Your thoughts lose sharp edges at night. Everything rounder, softer, less defined, blending together, merging in the night, in the darkness, in the quiet. Your thoughts, they change, they soften, they blur, sharp edges, disappearing, clear definitions, fatting everything, becoming rounder, softer, less defined thoughts, blending, merging into each other, into the darkness, into the quiet, losing edges, losing definition, losing sharpness, becoming soft, round, blended, merged thoughts. The brain releases stored tension during sleep onset, muscles relaxing, thoughts relaxing, everything letting go layer by layer. As you begin to fall asleep, your brain, it releases all the tension stored, accumulated, held throughout the day, releasing it, letting it go, dissolving it, muscles relaxing, softening, releasing thoughts, quieting, fatting, letting go everything, every system, every part, releasing tension, releasing, holding, releasing effort, layer by layer, piece by piece, bit by bit. Your brain releasing all tension during this sleep onset, this falling toward sleep. Familiar ideas feel comforting. Thoughts you've had before, patterns you recognize, the mind resting in what it knows. When ideas are familiar, when thoughts are known, when patterns are recognized, your mind, it feels comforted, it feels safe, it feels at rest. Because familiar is comfortable, familiar is safe, familiar is restful. Ideas you've thought before, patterns you've experienced before, all familiar, all known, all comforting, your mind resting in what it knows, in what's familiar, in what's comfortable, safe, restful. The mind stops judging thoughts when relaxed. They just pass through, no good or bad, no right or wrong, just thoughts. When you're relaxed, when you're at ease, when you're drifting, your mind stops judging, stops categorizing, stops deciding about thoughts. They just pass through, no good, no bad, no right, no wrong, just thoughts, just mental events, just passing through, without judgment, without category, without evaluation, just being, just passing, just fatting thoughts, unjudged, uncategorized, just being and passing through. You don't control every thought, and that's normal. They arise, they fade, you don't direct them, they move alone. Thoughts, they come on their own without your permission, without your direction, and they go, fade, disappear, also without your control. And this is normal, this is natural, this is how minds work. You don't control every thought, you don't direct every idea, you don't choose every image. They arise on their own and fade on their own, moving through your mind like clouds through the sky, you watching, but not controlling, and that's perfectly, completely, normally okay. The brain shifts attention inward, away from the world, into yourself, into quiet spaces, into deep rest. As you drift, as you fade, as you rest, your brain shifts attention away from the external world, away from outside toward inside, toward yourself, toward inner spaces, quiet spaces, deep spaces within, shifting from outward to inward, from world to self, from outside to inside, from external to internal. Your brain naturally shifting attention inward, into rest, into peace, into deep, internal quiet. Sleep begins as a mental surrender, letting go of control, allowing yourself to drift, trusting the process completely. Sleep, it's not something you do, it's something you allow, something you surrender to, letting go of control, of direction, of everything, just surrendering, just allowing, just trusting the process, trusting your body, trusting your brain, trusting sleep to come, to arrive, to take you as you surrender, as you let go, as you allow sleep to begin, through surrender, through release, through trust. Calm information feels heavier and slower, weighing you down gently, pulling toward rest, toward sleep, like a blanket. When information is calm, when it's peaceful, when it's gentle, it feels heavier, slower, like it has weight, like it has gravity, pulling you down gently toward rest, toward relaxation, toward sleep, like a soft blanket, weighing on you, comforting you, pulling you down into rest, into peace. Calm information, heavy, slow, gentle, pulling, weighing, carrying you down into sleep. The mind drifts naturally without force. No effort required. Just allowing, just receiving, just being present, your mind. It drifts naturally on its own without you forcing it. Without you trying, without you doing anything, it just drifts naturally, automatically. Effortlessly, all you do is allow, is receive, is be present. And your mind takes care of the drifting, the floating, the fatting naturally, without force, without effort, just naturally drifting. Thoughts stretch and dissolve like clouds changing shape, forming, reforming, disappearing. Nothing permanent, nothing solid. Thoughts, they're not solid, they're not permanent. They're not fixed, they stretch, they dissolve, they change like clouds forming into shapes, reforming into new shapes, dissolving into nothing, appearing and disappearing, stretching and dissolving, nothing permanent. Nothing solid, nothing lasting, just temporary, changing, dissolving thoughts. The brain prefers consistency at bedtime. The same routine, the same rhythm, the same gentle patterns signaling safety. When bedtime is consistent, when routine is the same, when rhythm is familiar, your brain feels safe, feels secure, feels ready for sleep because consistency signals safety, signals predictability, signals that everything's okay, the same routine, the same rhythm, the same patterns. Night after night, your brain recognizing, trusting, relaxing with consistency. With sameness, with familiar bedtime patterns. Mental wandering is a sign of relaxation. When your mind drifts, it means you're letting go, releasing control, entering rest. When your mind starts to wander, starts to drift, starts to float away, this is good, this is right, this is a sign that you're relaxing, that you're letting go, that you're entering rest. Mental wandering is not a problem, it's a signal, a sign that you're relaxing, releasing, resting your mind, wandering freely, because you're relaxed enough to let it. The mind lets go layer by layer, first the surface, then deeper still, peeling away, softening, opening, letting go. Doesn't happen all at once, it happens layer by layer, first the surface, the outermost thoughts, letting go, then deeper thoughts, deeper feelings. Letting go, then deeper still, the deepest places, letting go layer by layer, piece by piece, peeling away the layers of holding, of tension, of control. Softening, opening, releasing layer by layer, deeper and deeper. Still, listening reduces internal effort. When you focus on external sound, your inner voice quiets. Your thoughts slow, everything calms. When you listen, really listen to external sounds, to voice, to words, your internal effort, it reduces, it lessens, it fades, because you're focusing outside on external, not inside on internal. And when you focus outside, inside quiets, inner voice stops, thoughts slow, everything internal calms, because you're listening to external sound, reducing all internal effort. The brain true. SDS predictable voices, familiar tones, steady rhythms, it knows what to expect so it can relax completely. When a voice is predictable, when tones are familiar, when rhythm is steady, your brain trusts, relaxes, lets go because it knows what to expect, knows what's coming, knows it's safe, predictable, familiar, steady. These things tell your brain you can trust, you can relax, you can let go completely, safely, peacefully, with this predictable, familiar, steady voice. Thoughts become quieter before dreams. The volume turning down, the intensity fatting. Everything becoming whisper-soft as dreams approach, as sleep nears thoughts. They become quieter, softer, whisper-soft, the volume turning down, the intensity fatting. Everything becoming gentle, becoming soft, becoming quiet, whisper quiet, barely there, barely audible. Thoughts, fatting into the quiet, into the soft, into the whisper, before dreams, before sleep. The mind doesn't need answers to rest. Questions can remain open, problems can remain unsolved. It's okay not to know. Your mind can rest, can relax, can sleep even with unanswered questions, unsolved problems, unknown mysteries. It doesn't need to know, to understand, to solve, to rest. Questions can stay open, problems can stay unsolved, mysteries can stay mysterious. And your mind can still rest, can still relax, can still sleep peacefully, completely, deeply. Without needing answers, without needing solutions, without needing to know. Calm narration feels safe, a steady presence, a gentle guide, something to anchor to as you drift away into sleep. This voice, this narration, this gentle, steady presence, it feels safe, feels comforting, feels like a guide, like an anchor, something to hold to gently as you drift, as you float, as you fade away into sleep, feeling safe, feeling guided, feeling anchored by this calm, steady, gentle narration. The brain loves gentle repetition. Hearing similar things in similar ways, it's soothing, it's hypnotic, all is well. When things repeat gently, when you hear similar again and again, when patterns cycle softly. Your brain loves this, finds it soothing, finds it hypnotic, finds it deeply calming because repetition, gentle repetition, it tells your brain all is well, all is safe, all is okay, everything, repeating, cycling, continuing, safely, gently, all is well. Thinking becomes softer than feeling, thoughts fading into sensations, ideas becoming impressions. Less mental, more physical, more present as you drift deeper. Thinking becomes less clear, less defined, less mental. And more soft, more felt, more sensed thoughts, fading into sensations, ideas becoming impressions, vague feelings, subtle senses, less mental, more physical, more present, more felt than thought. The mind prepares dreams quietly in the background, building landscapes, creating scenarios, setting the stage for sleep. While you drift, while you rest, while you listen, your mind in the background quietly is preparing, is building, is creating the landscapes, the scenarios, the settings for dreams, getting ready, setting the stage for when you fully fall asleep, building, creating, preparing quietly in the background, dreams waiting, ready for you. Awareness narrows gently, the wide world shrinking, focus becoming smaller, softer, until it's just breath, just being your awareness. It narrows, it shrinks. It focuses smaller, 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 the wide world, fading becoming distant, focus becoming just a breath, just, sensation, just, being nothing more, nothing else, just narrow, focused, gentle awareness of breath, of being, of just this moment. Your brain transitions in stages, from awake to drowsy, from drowsy to drifting, from drifting to sleeping, flowing, sleep. Doesn't arrive all at once, it comes in stages, your brain transitioning. Gradually from awake to drowsy to drifting to sleeping, each stage, flowing into the next smoothly, gently, naturally, your brain moving through stages, toward sleep, flowing, transitioning gradually, beautifully, toward deep sleep. Sleep begins before you notice it. The shift is subtle, gradual. You don't cross a line, you fade across a gradient. Sleep. It begins before you know it, before you notice, before you realize. The shift so subtle, so gradual, so gentle. You don't cross a clear line, you fade across a gradient from awake toward sleep. Slowly, subtly, gradually, sleep. Already beginning, even now, even before you notice. The mind fades gradually, not all at once, piece by piece, thought by thought, until thinking becomes dreaming your mind, fading, not suddenly, not all at once, but gradually, slowly, piece by piece. Thought by thought, bit by bit, fading, until thinking becomes dreaming, until awake becomes asleep, until consciousness becomes rest, gradually, slowly, gently, fading. Calm facts require no reaction, you don't have to respond. Don't have to remember, just receive, just allow these facts, these words, these thoughts, they require nothing from you, no reaction, no response, no remembering, just receiving, just allowing, just being with them, letting them wash over, pass through, without needing to do anything at all, just receive, just allow, just be. The brain rests by releasing control, letting go of the need to direct, to manage, to organize, just allowing. Your brain rests by releasing, by letting go of control, of direction, of management, of organization, of all the doing, just allowing, just being, just resting, by releasing control, releasing the need to direct, to manage, to organize anything, just letting everything be without control. Thoughts thin out naturally, fewer of them, farther apart, until there's more space than thought, more silence than sound. As you drift deeper, thoughts, they thin, they spread, they separate, fewer and fewer, farther and farther apart, until there's more space than thought, more silence than sound, more emptiness than content. Thoughts, thinning naturally, gradually, beautifully, into mostly silence, mostly space, mostly peace. The mind floats before sleep, weightless, untethered, drifting in quiet darkness. No effort, no resistance, just floating. Your mind, just before sleep, it floats weightless, free, untethered, drifting in quiet, in darkness, in peace. No effort, no resistance, no struggle, no push, just floating freely, gently, peacefully in the quiet, in the dark, in the approaching sleep. Listening becomes effortless, sound washing over you, through you. You don't have to try, it just happens naturally. Listening to this voice, to these words, it becomes effortless, automatic, natural. Sound just washing over you, washing through you. You don't have to try, don't have to work, it just happens naturally, effortlessly. Sound coming, being received, being heard, without any effort from you. Your mind drifts between sound and silence, Awareness flickering on and off. Present and distant, here and elsewhere, your awareness, your mind, it drifts between hearing and not hearing, between sound and silence, flickering. On and off, present, then distant, here, then elsewhere, drifting between awareness and almost sleep, between here and gone, flickering, drifting, fading. Sleep arrives when thinking stops trying, when effort dissolves. When you simply allow yourself to fall, to fade, sleep, it arrives. When thinking stops trying, when effort dissolves. When you simply allow yourself to fall, to fade, to rest. Not trying, not forcing, not pushing, just allowing, just surrendering, and sleep arrives naturally, gently, peacefully. Calm curiosity soothes awareness, gentle wondering, soft noticing, observing without grasping, knowing without needing. This gentle, calm curiosity, it soothes your awareness, your mind, your being, gentle wondering, soft noticing, observing without grasping, knowing without needing, just calm, gentle, curious awareness, soothed, peaceful, restful, calm. The brain likes being gently occupied, something to attend to but nothing demanding, just enough to follow, to rest with. Your brain, it likes having something to attend to follow, to be with, but nothing demanding, nothing difficult, nothing hard, just gentle, just soft, just enough to follow, to rest with, as you drift towards sleep. Thoughts dissolve into rest, solid ideas becoming liquid, then vapor, then nothing, evaporating into sleep, into peace. Thoughts, solid at first, becoming liquid, flowing, then vapor, rising, then nothing, dissolving, evaporating into sleep, into rest, into peace, into nothing. Thoughts dissolving completely into rest. The mind loosens its grip on the day, on worries, on plans, letting everything go, releasing, softening, opening wide your mind, loosening its grip on everything, on the day, on worries, on plans, on thoughts, on all of it, just letting go, releasing, softening, opening, loosening the grip, allowing everything to fall away, to drift away, to just go. Awareness dims softly, like sunset. Gradual, beautiful, natural darkness approaching gently, without fear, with peace, your awareness dimming. Softly, gently, like sunset, like the day ending, gradual, beautiful, natural darkness, approaching gently, kindly, peacefully, without fear, without worry, just gently dimming into peaceful, beautiful darkness. Sleep doesn't rush, it arrives quietly, patiently waiting for you to be ready. And when you are, it's there, it's here, sleep. It doesn't rush, doesn't hurry, doesn't push, it arrives quietly, patiently, gently waiting for you to be ready. And when you're ready, it's there, it's here, now, sleep, arriving gently, quietly, patiently. The mind settles without effort, finding its resting place, naturally, like water finding level, like leaves settling down, your mind settling, without your help, without your effort, finding naturally its resting place, like water finding level, like leaves after falling, settling down naturally, effortlessly, peacefully, your mind settling into rest. And as you drift deeper, even these words begin to fade, becoming distant, becoming quiet, becoming nothing, just rest, the words fading, now becoming distant, quiet, soft, almost nothing, just rest, just peace, just sleep, words fading into nothing. The mind settles into itself, into stillness, into peace, into the quiet darkness, into rest, into sleep, your mind, settling deeply, into itself, into stillness, into peace, into quiet darkness, into rest, into deep, beautiful sleep. Sleep is here, or very close, waiting, gentle, kind, patient, ready to hold you, ready to keep you. Sleep is here, or close, so close, waiting, gently, kindly, patiently, ready to hold, to keep at, to carry you. And you can let go completely, safely, peacefully, trusting this moment, trusting your body, trusting sleep, just let go completely, safely, peacefully, trusting everything, just let go. Let everything fade, let everything go, let yourself sleep, let yourself rest, let yourself be held by this darkness, let everything fade, go, sleep, rest, be held by darkness, by peace, by sleep. The mind rests, breathing continues, thoughts fade, sleep arrives, everything settles, everything softens, everything stills, mind, resting, breath, continuing, thoughts, fading, sleep, arriving, everything, settling, softening, stilling. Rest, sleep, just sleep. Let go, just let go, fade, just fade into sleep, into peace, into rest, rest, sleep. Let go, fade into sleep. The mind knows the way, the body knows the way. You know the way home to rest, to sleep, to peace. You know the way home to rest, to sleep, to peace. And now there's only breath, only stillness, only sleep, only rest, only peace, only darkness, only quiet, only breath, only stillness, only sleep. Sleep, 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 rest, 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 fade, fade, fade. Let go, let go, let go into sleep, into sleep. The mind rests. Breathing continues. Thoughts fade. Sleep arrives. Rest. Just rest. Sleep. Peace. Stillness. Quiet. Sleep. Deep. Deep. Sleep. Rest. Peace. Sleep.